In our current state of the world, with all its inverted, manufactured chaos, is it too much of a stretch to say that this may be hell? I'm not a follower of any particular religion, nor do I base my life on any religious doctrine. But like the majority, I'm aware of the concept of hell, or a mythological underworld. The Bible speaks of hell being a place of fire and brimstone, an eternal damnation of torment and suffering. If the media reported actual news instead of a bombardment of cognitive dissonance, while distracting us with horrific violence and the latest celebrity sex scandal, we would see that our world has been engulfed in flames. Active fires are burning in all parts of the world, including the most northern, such as Canada and Alaska. The record heat temperatures are enough to make one go mad, much like the continual pumping of fear and hatred into our susceptible minds by any medium of communication. We have therefore grown anxious and paranoid to the point where proverbs such as "love thy neighbor" somehow mean reporting them to the authorities for overwatering their yard, or if they didn't publicly take a COVID test after sneezing. And God help you if you were born a white hetero male. Divide and conquer is the name of the game that those behind the scenes play to not only win control over the populace, but entertain themselves as well. They sit back and watch while we spend all of our energy chasing illusions and consuming endless variations of detriment. Apparently, the legality of killing oneself is dependent on the amount of time it takes. It's also interesting how some of the corporate elitists are compulsively obsessed with washing their hands. Whether a specific race had been enslaved or severely oppressed in the past is irrelevant now. We are all slaves to these individuals who dangle the cash carrot in front of us as they herd us into the slaughter. While we may not always seem to be suffering, we are born into this world. We live and we die in pain. Being physically separated from our mothers for the very first time is our warm welcome into it. Our bodies then experience pain both as we physically grow and weaken into death, while mentally we learn and grow from painful experiences. Our minds are plagued with continuous conflict between the mammalian and reptilian brain in order to survive our falsely perceived notion of death, which all comes from a fear of not knowing what comes next. However, being creatures of habit and comfort, even in hell, we would still experience moments of content and joy. We would still make the best of it, especially if we never knew we lived in such a place. Why are moments of joy only temporary, yet we allow ourselves to suffer through bouts of depression for years, even lifetimes? And to treat these bouts of sadness, we are told to take pills that only treat the symptoms, thus prolonging the pain and ultimately making things worse for us. On top of that, the medicinal remedies that do heal the underlying issue within are either outlawed or banned completely. Our medical experts are no longer independent but are owned by medical corporations who turn them into legal drug pushers. Big pharmaceutical companies have replaced the Hippocratic Oath with something more along the lines of wealth over health. Doctors pretend to heal the sick with the biggest killer in the United States, the treatment. They respond to cancer by killing the patient with chemotherapy and radiation, which destroys the immune system and opens the door to even more cancer, and much else. Medical students are no longer instructed on healthy diet and nutrition, but are subjected to a profusion of pharmaceutical courses.
Take this pill twice a day for headaches. Side effects include nausea and irritability, so take these pills for that, which bring along more side effects to mask more symptoms. So here's a pill for that. All until you die.
We are living in hell on account of our collective karmic debt. If we try to escape this prison before our sentence is up, we come right back here and start over, without the ability to remember anything of our past experiences here, which is a hellish notion in of itself. In childhood, we see and experience the world through innocent eyes, with hearts full of love, only to see that it's all a lie. And hell would be a place that gives us a taste of heaven before it takes it away forever. This hell, however, is of our own doing. Some may be conscious of that choice, but many are not, and even more refuse to believe in such an idea. Today, people can't accept responsibility for the most insignificant things if it means giving up their self-victimized security blankets. When the world no longer seems fair, how do you see yourself? How do you make your choices? If you see the world as a place that should be fair and thus owes you something better than what you've been given, you will be confronted with what lies underneath the false ideals and identity you were conditioned to believe, the true face of reality. We cannot change the true face of the world, but the fact is, it has no proper face. It has no identity other than the one we give it, determined by our free will. We have the choice to live as we want, to act as we wish, and to be what we want. It's not what you are underneath, not your secrets or identities, but what you do that defines you. The ultimate flaw is the failure to accept that you cannot blame the world for how you act, or failure to act. Such a rejection causes a person's inner self to shift, resulting in a choice to lash out at perceived deception. They don't yet see that it's all about choice, where pain is inevitable in life, but suffering, that's your choice. Many people today choose to sit and suffer, blaming other externalities for their pain. They sit around moping and hoping that one day someone will come save the day and fix their problems. I don't blame them, because in most cases it's the easiest way of coping. However, they will remain stagnant in their growth if they refuse to change their perception. Continuing to live in such a way will ultimately lead to their own demise. Though once the choice is made to do something about it, that false sense of identity fades away. Instead of running from the truth, you begin to embrace yourself, your true self, without caring about what the outside sees you as. It's far more essential to be a hero to yourself by making the choice you know to be right and not based on how the world perceives it. It may not be fair and just, but at least you don't have a false sense of who you are or think you're owed anything. At least you take responsibility for who you are. Nothing makes you who you are but yourself. It's the choice of being who you want and doing what you believe is right. Doing the right thing isn't about what others think, or if they even see it, because it will always be the right thing to you. The choice is always in your hands.